What's going on, legends? Welcome back to another vlog. In today's vlog we're going to be talking about how you can build your own portfolio for your freelance business. Alright, so first of all I want to say thank you guys for joining the group. There's over 100 members already and it's been a very quick run so far. Quite a bit of questions on the group, and one of the questions that stood out was, how do you take your freelance business and create a brand out of it? And I want to make sure I touch on this point because I personally really believe in creating a brand, and I think it's a really great topic to cover in general. So assuming you've been working as a freelancer for quite some time, at this point you probably have quite a bit of projects that you worked on and you can actually use to showcase your portfolio. Once you go back through the past projects you worked on, gather all the graphics and all the websites you worked on and everything in general that you've worked on for another client, and put them together into one folder. From there, try to divide it into, graphics, web design, whatever that project was for, and slowly start filtering your portfolio so you only show the best work that you've ever done. You don't want to just show everything because some of your work from the very beginning was not as good as it's recently as you're doing right now. So you want to make sure you show your best foot forward. Think about it as an elevator pitch. When you're in an elevator, you have about 30 to 60 seconds to say what you want to say to the person. So this is your chance when somebody lands on your portfolio to tell them who you are, why you're so good at what you do, and here's your work. And from there, you want to convince them to actually contact you to become a client. So the first step to do is to establish what is that you're offering your clients. Are you offering them graphic design? Are you offering them web design, content writing, social media marketing? Figure out which one is your niche. Once you figure out which one you're good at that point you're starting to create your first initial brand. Now before, as a freelancer, you associated your name to most of your work. So in my case, Dan Bragg, if I stamp Dan Bragg on everything, you will know my work as the work that Dan Bragg did. Now in my case, I wanted to make sure that my company is represented. So everything that we do, we signed it as a company brand name on it. That means that when we're working on the project, we're working as the company, not as an individual, myself working on the project. And that leads to reviews being left for the company as well, rather than the individual. Makes it a lot bigger, and therefore the prices are obviously bigger too. A freelancer association compared to an agency association are two different budgets. A freelancer seems like a cheaper route, whereas an agency seems like a more expensive route. So if you want to portray your image as a brand, as a big agency growing, then of course you want to set a brand for everything and then stamp everything with that brand. Now how do you go about creating your brand? The first thing is, once you've established your niche, the next step to do is to figure out who your target audience is. Let's say, for example, construction workers. Then you want to make sure that your target audience are construction workers, probably between the ages 30 to 60, somewhere in that range, but you want to do your due diligence and do the market research. Figure out what the age groups are, who are the people that are going to go on your site, whether it's the owner, maybe it's the accountant, or maybe it's the random secretary they hired. So you want to understand who is the person landing on your webpage so that you convert the most. Once you figure that part out, now you want to show your portfolio in pieces where it makes sense for that specific audience. So if you worked a lot on branding for various different companies, but a lot of them were geared towards construction, then obviously you want to show more of those. Now that doesn't mean that you don't want to show the other ones, of course you do, but you want to focus more on the specific target group that you're after. Now how do you pick a name for your brand? Well, this one is really a matter of preference, it's a matter of your niche, it's a matter of what you're trying to achieve. We're not going to dive deep into how to come up with a name for a brand because that's a whole other topic and even a service on its own. But what you want to do is figure out all the keywords that are associating to the brand that you're trying to create. So if, for example, if we take the construction worker niche and you want to gear towards making sure they are interested in your business, then you want to start drawing out keywords such as construction, workers, tools, hard work, and so on, and bring all of those keywords into one big page. Then you can play with combination of words, maybe throw your last name in there somehow, maybe try to do a certain twist with the words, and then next thing you know, all of a sudden you'll come up with the brand name. When you do finally come up with the brand name, make sure you don't just stick to it right away. Do your research, make sure nobody else is using it. Make sure you dive deeper than just typing it on Google, but actually look for trademarks, look for domain names, and so on. Last thing you want to do is be so stoked on a name, get ahead with it, design the logo, and next thing you know, it's not even available. So you're gonna waste all that time, right? So let's cut that out. Make sure you do your due diligence and do the research. So let's just say you picked a name finally and you've done your research, nobody else used it, and therefore this is your brand new name for your company. So at this point, you're ready to start designing the logo, the business cards, and everything else. This is the part that you might want to take a step back for just a sec, ask a few people around you for opinions, make sure it's a catchy name. Last thing you want to do is keep spelling the name out again and again every time. Make sure it's memorable, there's some unique story behind it, because all of that is going to tie into your portfolio. And now once you have all that set up, you have your portfolio, you have the logo, the brand name, you're ready to go, you have a brand. It's the same type of work as you used to do as a freelancer, but except in this case now you're more professional as far as the website built, you have a more professional portfolio set up, you have a brand reputable behind your name, and now you're gonna collect reviews on that and so on. And that's really everything you need to know to start your portfolio as a brand. I do wanna know about your graphic design or web design freelancing to agency progress, so make sure you drop a comment below, let me know where you guys are in your journey, and if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. Make sure you join our Facebook group, Web Legends. I'm always there, and there's a lot of people helping each other out there, and I'm planning to grow the group as much as I can to give you as much content as I can back from what I've learned over the years of running my agency. Until next time guys, I'll see you in the next video.